What's up, guys? It's Ole here, another Pokemon narrated Wi-Fi battle, and I found a time to actually narrate, but I probably have to do this in one take and upload it Sunday. And even though it's Friday, I'm narrating it. Anyways, sorry for the rambling. So I have an OU battle here against MrLittleBattler. This is also from Skype, which is awesome because Smogum people are really annoying and Skype people are cool. But seeing his team, I got scared as fuck of the Terrakion and the Starmie. Those things are fast, they kill things, and I got scared as hell. So, and then the Amoonguss can probably wall like everything, which really sucks. So I have to keep my Infernape and my Jolteon alive. But anyway, I lead off with Landorus. I go for the U-turn, you know, it's a good thing to lead off with just Scarfer. And right here I'm thinking, what thing can I, like, sleep fodder, and that's it. And honestly, the best sleep fodder for my team is probably my Fortress. I mean, I know I won't get Hazards up or Stealth Rock and Spikes, but I'll honestly take that risk as long as one of my sweepers doesn't go, you know, down. And my Gyarados is way too valuable to actually, my Gyarados is way too valuable to put to sleep. But here I'm going to switch out, predicting him to go for Sludge Bomb or something, or Hidden Power Fire, and switch out into my Infernape, but he switches into Starmie, so I have to switch back out into my Fortress to take a Hydro Bump or a T-Bolt, since this is a sassy Fortress. And I'm basically maybe trying to fodder this thing out, you know, because, Fortress, you know, so, I can have a safe switching, because the Starmie's dangerous. So, he goes to Hydro Pump, then he goes for T-Bolt, and I was questioning that, but I figured that he would, he predicted my Gyarados to switch in, since he figured that I could take Hydro Pumps, but I just leave my Fortress in. But now that I see that he's kind of predicting like this, I'm going to go into Jolteon, and, you know, I was hoping for the Volt Absorb with the Thunderbolt, but he goes for Hydro Pump, and Jolteon has 90 base special defense, so I know I can take a Hydro Pump anyway, which is awesome, because right now I go for Hidden Power Ice, predicting his Landorus to switch in to take my Thunderbolt, but that's not the case, because it goes into his Rotom. So, I'm gonna have to switch out and not let my Jolteon die, so I go into my Fortress as fodder, but as he goes for the Will-O-Wisp, predicting probably my Rotom to switch in. This is like really fast paced, wow. Anyway, he goes for Will-O-Wisp, it doesn't affect my Fortress, I'm asleep. But now I'm gonna switch out, predicting a Hydro Pump into my Breloom. So, and it does a fuck ton of damage. Like, this is resisted hit, so I know this is like a modest Rotom, because this is ridiculous amount of damage. But since this, I realize since this is leftovers and this is modest, I think that I can probably outspeed, and I take the risk, and it pays off big time, because I go for Bullet Seed, I outspeed even though I have a lower base speed, and I take out the Rotom, which is amazing, because now he has to go into his Landorus, and, you know, trying to kill me off like that. Now, I was thinking his Landorus is Scarfed, so I'm going to switch out and go into my own Landorus, as I believe he goes for the Stone Edge, which is actually a really good prediction on his part. But here he does a lot of damage, even after the Intimidate, so I'm figuring he's Adamant, and then I see he has Life Orb, so I know he's going to do a lot of damage. But I know he's going to switch out since he really can't do much to me and doesn't want to risk Stone Edge switching, so I'm going to go for the U-turn yet again, and do not much to his Amoonguss, but at least it's some damage. But I go into my Infernape, because I know his Amoonguss does not want to take a Fire Blast from my Infernape. So he's going to switch out, as I believe I do go for the Fire Blast, and I do a fuck ton to his Landorus. The unfortunate thing, as you guys are going to see, is that he's going to live with like 1 HP, which really sucks, because if it was dead, it'd be so much better. But now he switches it out, saving it as Death Fodder, which is actually not a bad idea, and I kind of agree with that. But I go for Grass Knot just so I have a safe 100% accuracy to kill it. But unfortunately, he goes into his Volcarona, and I'm like, fuck. So I go into Gyarados, because I know even after Quiver Dance, Volcarona won't be doing much, because it's 2 stabs, and then usually carries Hidden Power Ground or Hidden Power Rock. Now, I'm hoping it's HP Ground, which it probably is, or it has Rest or something. Either way, it can't do much to my Gyarados. So, I go into Gyarados, I go for the T-Wave as he fodders off his Landorus, and I'm like, shit, are you kidding me? Because I could have just went for the Dragon Tail Waterfall and kill off the Landorus, but that's not the case. So, I go into my Fortress as Death Fodder, as he Rock Polishes, trying to maybe outspeed anything I have on my team. He was maybe probably predicting my Jolteon or my own Landorus for Infernape to come in. So, he goes to Rock Polish, but he makes a crucial misplay here. He goes for the Hidden Power Ice, predicting my Landorus, because he thought I would be fearing the Earthquake, but, like, I thought he would go for Earthquake too, It's just the fact that I wanted to fodder this fortress, so I gotta have a safe switch. My fortress is still alive. It's proving like a really valuable asset, as it's just nice death fodder, and it kind of plays mind games with it, which is great. So he sets up a stealth rock with Terrakion, which I mean, it's not a bad idea. And then he goes for close combat, and he obviously is going to take me out because Terrakion is ridiculously powerful. But now that I saw him switch up moves, I'm not fearing him being Scarf, which is awesome, because now I can just bring in my Landorus or Breloom or whatever and go for the Mach Punch. Well, Landorus instead of Mach Punch, but I was thinking Landorus or Breloom, and I went into Breloom. I go for the Mach Punch. I one-hit KO the freaking Terrakion, which is awesome. Now, he's going to go into his Starmie because he outspeeds me, no problem. So, I go for the Mach Punch yet again, just trying to do as much damage as possible because I don't see much of a use for Breloom because all he has left is like Volcarona, Starmie, and Amoonguss. The only useful thing about Breloom is probably Spore right now, so I just don't see a reason to keep it alive. So, I believe I go into my Landorus now as I outspeed because I'm Scarf and I can just U-turn to do a lot of damage, if not even kill it off. Now, he does not want his Starmie dead, so he's going to go back into his Volcarona as I U-turn. I really should have predicted that switch, but it's better to be safe than sorry, and then maybe I could just bring a better check into his Volcarona. In which I do, and I go into my Gyarados yet again. Or actually, no, I go into my Infernape. Yeah, I go into my Infernape. I believe here is when I go for the Fire Blast, trying to see how much damage Fire Blast would do for my mixed Infernape. But I miss, which really sucks. I mean, it doesn't... I mean, actually, it probably mattered a decent amount, too, because Fire Blast would just be doing a lot of damage to his entire team in general. Even though Starmie resisted, it would still do a lot of damage to it. But now I have to switch out, because I just don't want to take all that Life Orb recoil. So I go into my Gyarados. I do take, you know, just Rocks damage really sucks, but I couldn't deal with it. He goes for the Quiver Dance. And I'm not really fearing this thing because I haven't seen HP Rock, and Bug Buzz and Fire Dance, I mean, after +1 it will do a decent chunk, but it's not like gonna help him out too much. So I go for the Thunder Wave, and I really thought he would switch into his Amoonguss for it, and even paralyzing Amoonguss isn't bad because maybe Parahacks or something. But he leaves his Volcarona paralyzed, which is awesome because now I can take advantage of that paralyzation and, you know, outspeed it with a lot of my team. So I go for the Thunder Wave again, predicting a Starmie switch. Now, even though Starmie has Natural Cure, paralyzing Starmie, like, right there isn't a bad idea, because maybe I could, like, I could switch something in, and then it can outspeed and threaten Starmie instead of being threatened by Starmie. I don't know if that makes sense. So I go for Waterfall here, because I just see that he just does not want his Volcarona alive anymore. And he does get paralyzed. Now, that didn't really matter too much because it's still, like, his Fire Dance or Bug Buzz wouldn't do too much damage anyway. But I go for Waterfall, take out the Volcarona. So all he has left is his Amoonguss and his what's-his-face? Wow, I can't talk. His Amoonguss and his Starmie. Now, I go for the taunt, predicting the Spore, and he actually makes a nice play. I don't know if he predicted my taunt, but either way, he goes for Giga Drain, which, you know, was better than going for the Spore and being taunted, so that was a good play on his part. Now, I go for T-Wave, trying to paralyze this Amoonguss, and like I said, it's not a bad idea to get it paralyzed, because maybe Parahacks, and it won't be able to move, and it won't be able to be, like, what if it gets paralyzed on a turn that it goes for Spore? That'd be amazing. So, he goes to Giga Drain, gets a crit, you know, doesn't matter, I don't care about it. I switch out, knowing that I could still live a Stealth Rock switching, and maybe my Gyarados could be good fodder. So I go into Infernape, knowing I can take a Giga Drain, well, at least hoping I can take one. And I do. I take it with not too much HP, but, you know, still decent, like, I take it, and I know I have to make this crucial play. I was contemplating between Grass Knot and Fire Blast. But in the end, I decided Fire Blast, because Fire Blast with Stab is still going to do a lot to Starmie. It'll probably take it down to, you know, like mid-yellow, almost red HP. So then I could just go into my Jolteon after I die to Life Orb and then go for the Volt Switch. And then maybe my Landorus can do damage. So, I go into Jolteon, I go for the Thunderbolt, and I take out the Starmie. Now, if he switched into Starmie for the Fire Blast, I still had a Landorus and a Gyarados to answer for it. So I think I still go to pull that match off. So that was a fantastic game, MrLittleBattler. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle, because it was really good. So, at least I found time to narrate this battle, you know, for a battle for the Sunday as well. Okay, sorry for the rambling and being really random. I hope you guys enjoyed this battle. Rate, comment, subscribe, and I will see you all later.